Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Recall video today. So this is a real simple method of just teaching your dog to come back to you when you call them. There are other games and stuff that I can do separate videos on, but I just wanted to keep this one very simple so that, you know, if you've got a puppy or a dog that hasn't got a particularly good recall, you can run through this. So first step is basically associating your recall word. So I use the word come. You can use here, you can use literally whatever word you want, as long as to the dog it means when I hear that word I'm going to return to my owner's feet or to your side, wherever you sort of train that and create that reinforcement history. So I'm just creating a steps distance here. Our end goal of course is to be able to call our dog back from longer distances, but you start with one step and then move to 100, you don't start at 100. Then I use find it games. So Ralph likes playing these anyway. These are good enrichment games to get your dog sort of sniffing around. So I'll let him have a little sniff. He finds the food in the grass. Then when he's finished that, I'll recall and I'll just say, Ralphie, come. And he comes back to me. So you might stay at step one for a little bit, and you might need to do 2 steps and practice that for a while. You might find that your dog really catches on quickly, but like all dog training, it is practice makes perfect. Little short sessions, 5 minutes here and there of just calling your dog back. Do it in the house, low distracting environment. If your dog's in the front room and you're in the kitchen, call them back, and guess what, when they come through they get a bit of cheese or ham or something good, and they'll always be encouraged to go to you whenever they hear their recall word. So we're just doing some more repetitions, creating a little bit more distance, 5 or 6 steps. I haven't got a huge garden, so we're a bit limited. This one here, I'll just ask him to find it, and then I'm just going to wait for him to finish sniffing, and then I'll say his name to get him to look at me, and then I'll say the recall word. So here we're in a bit more of a distracting environment, so we're out in the field, which Ralph knows well, so this isn't as distracting as it could be for other dogs. For other dogs this could be too much of a distracting environment, and you'd have to find a bit of a middle ground where it's kind of more distracting than your garden, but less distracting than somewhere like this that could be, if there were dogs around and that type of thing, then it probably would be more distracting for Ralph as well, but at the moment it's quiet, so we're able just to get some good repetitions in. Using a long line for safety, so if your dog hasn't got a decent recall, you should have them on a long line. It sounds over the top, but I mean, only today I've seen a dog running around lost because they've obviously run off on their owner and their owner's calling them and they haven't come back. So it is important to use this until you really trust your dog to come back every time. So same thing as I was doing in the garden, literally rinse and repeat, creating distance, asking him to find it so that he's getting a bit of enjoyment out of the sniffing and the training, and we're just creating that distance so he's getting used to having to run a little bit further to get his reward. So same thing again there, he's sniffing and then runs back. So now we've taken the long line off, so I'm getting a reliable recall. The environment's the same, so it's not any more distracting, and we're now just practicing off lead. So then collar grabs is literally what it says on the tin, so you just call them back, grab their collar, give them their reward, and then release them, so let them go. And they just learn that coming back to you doesn't mean the end of the walk, and that's important because you don't want your dog to go into a state of avoidance from you, because they know that whenever you ask for a recall, you only ask for it once, and that's when you put them back on the lead, and then you go home. And some dogs can start to get wise to that and avoid you. So do this, and then it keeps it a bit random, and they don't think that your recall is a predictor for the fun to end. As always, like and subscribe for more free dog training videos, and good luck with your recall training.
Good boy, good boy.